Today on the Muskie Daily, we look at a special Valentine's Day Eclectic DJ broadcast.
And potential Muskies come to visit the university for Scholarship Day. Thanks for tuning in to the Muskie Daily. I'm Chris Morgan.
And I'm Johnny Newhart. Topping your news today. Muskingum University's Student Senate is responsible for the distribution of funds from the student activity fee. All requests for funds go through the Finance Committee. The committee consists of the entire executive board and individual class treasurers. The committee has a specific list of guidelines that the organization has to meet in order to receive funding. If an organization is denied funding from Senate, they can speak to any of the executive board members for an explanation as to why their request was denied. They can then revise their request to fit the guidelines and present the revisions to Senate. Senate is hosting a funding workshop on Thursday to help explain the funding guidelines.
Ending violence against women suffering has brought the Vagina Monologues written by Eve Ensler to Muskingum University's campus. Stacey Allen, Director of Greek Life, and Jessica Lee Edge, Coordinator of Student Involvement, came together to direct, produce, and act in the production. The show will be performed February 19th and 20th in the Kelly Coffee House at 7:30 in the evening. Doors will open at 6:30.
New majors and minors are being added to Muskingum University's catalog. Two new majors include athletics, communication, and sports administration, and the minors consist of sports coaching and nutrition. Chair of Social Science Division Larry Norbenzel says that the reason for these new majors is to give students more academic options.
Well, they're important for a couple of reasons. One, it gives the students more options. We get a lot of students that are interested in sports, and so why not have majors related to their interest?
These four new additions will go into effect starting in the fall 2016 semester.
Muskingum dorm residents had until the first week of February to fill roommate vacancies. Students unable to find a replacement were charged for the other half of their room. One student expressed her frustrations with the short amount of time given to find a new roommate, saying it was too much of a hassle trying to reach out to new people in order to avoid fees. Student Life Coordinator Devin Cecil stated that the way Muskingum conducts filling room vacancies is standard for most universities and is intended to maintain fairness.
Sexual assault is a very real threat to college students, and even though Muskingum is a small campus, there are still chances for sexual assaults or misconducts to occur, and even men can become victims too. According to a survey by Association of American Universities, 50% of victims don't even report their assaults. There are steps for victims to take. Students can go to the counseling services, the wellness center, or the chaplain for help. And when it comes to reporting issues, students can go to Student Life Human Resources, their coaches, faculty, student advisors, or other officials.
Jimmy Bohr, professor of theater, won an award for his directing efforts in a production of Yank the Musical from the Theater Roundtable Association. They won awards in the categories of Best Directing, Best Musical Production, Best Leading Actress, and Best Leading Actor. Bohr stated that he was surprised by the number of awards that they were nominated for because it is more intimate and lesser known than musicals such as Les Miserables and Wicked. Yank is also nominated for awards in 7 different categories, and Evolution Theater walked away with 4 awards from the 7 total nominations.
Scholarship days have come again, as possible incoming freshmen test their wits and presentations in order to try to be awarded scholarships. Students were asked to take a 1-hour-long test and meet with staff for interviews. Other students also presented materials based on their intended majors. While this was going on, parents attended sessions just for them to learn about how they can help the incoming students with financial aid. Danny Crown, Muskingum Administration's counselor, says more on the event.
There's a lot of interaction with faculty and staff during the day, so they're getting to see that side of things, and also other students. So we've had over 80 seniors here last week and this week, so they're getting to meet one another. Their parents get to meet each other, as well as a lot of other Muskingum community members that will be with them for 4 years.
The Muskingum Valley Symphonic Winds will be performing their second concert of their 23rd season called Bookmarks for Japan this Valentine's Day at 3 in Brown Chapel. The concert is open to anyone who wishes to attend, and admittance is free to any student who shows their ID. The concert will feature music based on countries in the Far East, including Japan, China, and Korea. The group will be performing 3 out of 6 original works by Julie Guilloré's Fourth Symphony.
Eclectic DJs take over WMCO Saturday nights throughout the semester. They get to bring in their own music and give listeners the chance to hear something different. This Sunday, Sandra Schroer, professor of sociology, and Scott Rogson are having a Valentine's Day show. Schroer and Rogson will take listeners through a journey of a relationship with their music. They will create a scenario where they are telling a story of a couple with songs about all the stages of a relationship. You can tune in to WMCO on Friday 14th from 6 in the evening until 8 to hear the Valentine's Day show. When we come back, we'll tell you all about the winning Super Bowl contest submission.
And recognize the 2 holidays today that are not many people know about.
Music. We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
On the story. On the quad. On the scene. This is the Muskie Daily.
They beat thousands of people across the country in winning a commercial spot for the Super Bowl. Their online, in-person business has been nonstop ever since reporter Carmen Chow stopped by Death Wish Coffee to see what all the hype was about.
Death Wish Coffee Company, Sierra speaking.
Starting their small-town business in a basement, they're now known worldwide. They have a team of 13 people, the masterminds behind the strongest coffee beans. From entering the contest to being in the top 10 to the top 3 and then the winner, Death Wish has become the ultimate success story.
It was kind of insane, like phones ringing off the hook, people making orders, talking about how they never heard about the company and they're really excited to try it.
Getting calls from Japan, Australia, the UK, and Canada. They say it's a bit overwhelming, but still hard to believe they made it this far.
A lot of calls to deal with, so we're sifting through a lot of that and trying to work with who makes the most sense to work with and who's going to be the best for our customers to find them on our shelves and all that kind of stuff.
The fame and glamour will stick around for a while, but Death Wish says they're getting back to business and planning the next big thing. Death Wish Coffee Vodka.
A lot of excitement. Everybody was really happy and really proud, and then it was pretty much time to get back to work right away.
Today we celebrate not 1 but 2 National Food Days. Cheese, pepperoni, mushrooms, pick your favorite pie. Today is National Pizza Day. About 3 billion pizzas are sold in the U.S. each year. That's according to pizza.com. 62% of Americans prefer meat toppings, while 38% prefer veggies. And here's another reason to savor your breakfast bagel. Tuesday is also National Bagel Day, formerly known as Bagel and Lox Day. Bagels get their shape because the bread is boiled, then baked. What makes that soft inside and crispy outside? Want to celebrate them both? Grab yourself a pizza bagel.
Last year was not a good year to go into the water. 2015 was a new record for unprovoked shark attacks in the U.S. and worldwide. That's according to the Florida Museum of Natural History. There were 59 unprovoked shark attacks in the U.S. last year. That beats the record set in 2012 for 53 attacks. The report also found that there were 98 unprovoked attacks across the world, beating the 88 record attacks in 2000. Experts say more swimmers, surfers, and divers were in the water, which attributed to the attacks in the U.S.
That's all for your national news.
Coming up, we'll be looking at your weather and sports.
This is Will Mullins, and I want to encourage you to watch Chapel on Orbit TV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thanks.
Find out what decisions are being made at Student Senate that could affect your campus organization by tuning into Orbit TV on Tuesdays at 11 in the evening, and again on Wednesday through Sunday at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
This is Will Mullins, and I want to encourage you to watch Chapel on Orbit TV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thanks.
Find out what decisions Student Senate that could affect your campus organization by tuning into Orbit TV on Tuesdays at 11 in the evening, and again on Wednesday through Sunday at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
Tonight looks like snow showers with a low around 20. There will be snow accumulation of less than 1 inch possible. Chance of precipitation around 60%. Tomorrow, there will be snow showers with a high near 25 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 60%. For tomorrow night, more snow, then becoming partly cloudy with a low around 11. Chance of precipitation is 40%. Let's take a look at your extended forecast, followed by your Muskie Sports News. Muskingum University's new head volleyball coach, Hallie Donathan, started playing volleyball at a very young age. Her volleyball career began because of her mother.
My mom played. She was an All-American, and I think she had me out in the yard maybe at the age of 2 or 3. So ever since then, that's when I knew I wanted to play.
Donathan continued playing volleyball and went on to play for Wittenberg University, where she was a 4-year letter winner and a member of the 2011 National Championship team. After graduating, she jumped right into the coaching world, taking over as head coach for the new Carlisle Tecumseh High School before returning to Wittenberg as an assistant coach for 2 years. Donathan is looking forward to now getting to work with the Muskingum University volleyball team. The women's lacrosse season is just around the corner, but the team is already battling through injuries in the latter portion of the offseason. Sophomore midfielder Ashley Adams is fighting her way back from an injury to the trapezius muscle in her neck that she suffered toward the end of January.
It initially was pretty severe. I could not move my head in any direction. Now I have about 85% of my movement back, so I'm recovering a lot quicker than I thought I would.
Adams is now back at practice preparing for the start of the season with her teammates. The Muskies kick off their season on February 27th at home against Thomas More. Men's basketball had a rough outing against Heidelberg on the road Saturday, falling 102-72. Malik Billingsley led the Muskies with 14 points in the contest, but the team didn't shoot well at all from the field, only making 38% of their shots. The Muskies couldn't hold on to the ball either, surrendering 18 turnovers that led to 28 easy points for the Student Princes. The loss puts the Muskies at 5-15 overall on the season and 2-11 in the OAC. The men will be back in action Wednesday when they host Capital. The Muskie women got the monkey off their back Saturday, earning their first conference win of the season against Heidelberg, 68-60. Alex Carson was all over the court, recording a game-high 19 points, as well as adding 5 steals to aid the Muskies' defensive effort. Mallory Taylor also chipped in with 18 points. The Muskies started off slow, going into halftime down 9, but used an explosive second half to take the lead and keep it. The win puts the ladies at 5-15 overall and 1-12 in conference play. The team will be back on Wednesday when they travel to Capital. That's it for sports. Keep it right here on the Muskie Daily for the latest information on campus events.
We have the music. We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
On the story. On the quad. On the scene. This is the Muskie Daily.
MPB and MAS-BSU will be hosting Valentine's Day Bingo on Friday, February 12th at 9 in the evening. The event will take place at the bottom of the Chess Center. You'll be able to win prizes for yourself, your friends, or your significant other.
Alpha Sigma Alpha is having a Valentine's Day raffle basket. Tickets can be bought at the BOC from February 8th through the 11th from 11 to 1 in the afternoon.
That's all from